There was talk, but we don't know. But those two were the last out of the dressing room.
The talkSPORT Clips of the Week.
Yes, it's time for the talkSPORT Clips of the Week. And unusually, we do start today with talkSPORT Andy Jacobs making an odd noise on Wednesday when Danny Kelly sat in for me.
These early games when we have limited access to the grounds has already been heavily criticised. Tell us about that, please.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's complicated, a logistical nightmare for any club in the Premier League.
Oi! Look,
so why did you go, oi?
Because I'm married to a woman that thinks it's a perfectly good idea to make a cappuccino when I'm doing a live radio show with a very, very noisy coffee machine.
Right.
And I couldn't hear Danny, and I knew, actually you can't really hear it, but I could hear it in my headphones.
Oi!
Well, I'm trying to sort of quietly sort of intimate to her that I'm actually on air.
Oh, well, you didn't do it quietly enough. When we were doing shows in lockdown, I did notice quite often that it sounded like you were broadcasting from a cafe while she was making the chopping stuff up and stirring and everything. So, anyway, that's what was going on. And this is, it's you, isn't it, Andy? You carry on.
It is. It's Jim White talking Bournemouth.
Alex, good afternoon to you, mate. Can I put you right in the spot, Alex? What are you hearing down in the South Coast? Eddie Hay, staying or going?
I don't really care. I don't know who Eddie Hay is.
Who's Eddie Hay?
Eddie Hay. Don't care if he stays or he goes. Who's Eddie Hay?
No
idea. And here's Clinton Morrison with a great recovery.
I think Dave Whelan left the club in a great position. What a chairman and what a job he done for that football club. He put that football club on the map. I think they've been superb. And then Paul Cook, the manager.
Yeah, good recovery there. The first one wasn't ideal, was it, really?
It's Dan Windle now, looking ahead to the playoffs.
Sam at Griffin Park Wednesday night on talkSPORT. Brentford have got BMW, Watkins, Ben Rama and Buemo.
Or the WBM, as they're often called.
Funny way round
on talkSPORT too. This is South American correspondent Tim Vickery chatting to Paul Ross about the Paraguayan footballer Isidro Pitta. That's right. And we're guessing there's not as much money in mixed martial arts as we thought.
He looks a little bit, and he's done a lot to make sure he looks a lot like Conor McGregor. You know, the Irish...
Oh, of course,
the Irish,
the UPS guy.
Yeah, Conor McGregor, he's working for UPS now. I would have thought he would have made enough from MMA not to actually be doing deliveries.
You can't complain to him if your parcel's down.
Imagine that's right. Sorry, mate, will you move your big brown van? You're blocking my drive. Oh, you're all right, Conor. You stay there as long as you like. Yeah.
And if Ali McCoy's in the audience, we think George Sexton Kerr might have a future in stand-up comedy.
Ex-England goalie David Seaman, 56, admits saving cash by using tea bags twice. David uses his tea bags twice. 2 cups of tea, 1 tea bag. Ali, you play...
I wouldn't open with it.
Funny, isn't it? He uses his tea bags twice. He's not the only person. Anyway,
I
never
wonder what
mind.
Jack Russell made of that. He used them about 40. He came down for a test match. Ali would have wet himself. Honestly, if you knew about Jack Russell, who used his tea bag 5 times, what state would Ali have been in then? I dread to think. So, Jim White's back. This time channeling his inner Arkwright from Open All Hours.
No one owns any football club is going to seek to offend anybody.
Well, she didn't say that.
That's your cloth, Granville.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
That's your cloth.
It's Jason Cundy with a question for a Swansea fan. Well, we say question.
You've done well because you took advantage of what really Brentford would have been devastated that they got themselves even in the playoffs. You know, had they picked up the result against Barnsley, and Barnsley secured their survival with literally the last kick of the game down at Griffin Park. But I think sometimes you have to accept that the better side goes through. I just wondered, moving forward now, once you've had a taste of this and a bar has been set and a standard has been set, next season, I mean, Ryan Brewster, how good has he been? Do you expect to keep hold of him? Will he go back to Liverpool? What more has got to be added to the squad? What have you got to do to ensure not only do you get in the playoffs, but potentially go knocking on the door of automatic?
Quite a lot of questions in one there. Could be there for hours, the poor fella.
It's like one of Alan's, wasn't it?
Hope we phoned him back. This is Jim Proudfoot during last night's playoff semi-final, and we're guessing he's not a big fan of the Cardiff defender, Curtis Nelson.
Good ball swung inside the area. Nelson coming to meet that one as well. And there's a nasty clash of heads there. and the medical staff of both teams waved on very quickly. It's a yelp of pain. Nelson, I'm delighted to say, looked as though he might have come off the worst.
No need for that, is it?
What's he delighted?
Delighted to say he could have come off the worst.
And once again, last Sunday morning, I made the mistake of listening to Fisherman's Blues while eating my breakfast.
I'm sure, just to stop you there, I'm sure our listeners, I certainly want to hear more about the spawning process, and I know our listeners do.
Well, not till I finish my porridge.
Not really, no.
Ideally. Not massively keen, Nige, if you don't mind. And unfortunately, Darren Goff couldn't make it into the studio the other day, so he had to use the Goffy bot.
At 4:30, Brighton have signed a Premier League champion. We'll hear from Adam Lallana.
Cashier number 5, please.
Excellent. Back to Jim White and his guest, Surrey Chief Executive Richard Gould, discussing bringing small crowds back to sport.
We're going to try it a different way next time to try and get the numbers up. But yeah, it was first come first serve, which isn't ideal. I have to admit.
Yeah, how do you prioritise then, Richard? Is it first come, first served?
I think it was not ideal, though. It is, but it's not ideal, I guess.
That's the answer, yeah.
From that. And finally,
I like this one.
It's Paul Ross once again, this time previewing Fulham versus Cardiff.
They were 1-0 up, and then in the dying moments from a free kick, they made it 2-0. So Cardiff have got a mountain to climb, and Fulham's manager, Scott Walker, had this to say exclusively to talkSPORT.
Sadly not for Cardiff, of course, but good old Scott Walker there. Used to sing out the corner of his mouth. Shine anymore. Just like Scott. Yeah, you can always stand alongside. That's why, stood alongside him on stage. It wouldn't be a problem.
Thank you.
So, thanks to everybody who suggested clips of the week this week that we played. John Yule, Jim Dawes, Stu, Matt Rice, Scott Fife, Sue Millen, Steve Clegg, Roger in Durham, Philip W., Christopher Davison, Daz, Nye Aitken, and Dan Hill. So if you hear a clip on talkSPORT...
What happened to Jenkins? He should have got at least 2 mentions.
Oh, not a nice man. So
now, I told you that I love FA Cup finals and the history of them. Do you know why I've picked this one out? Because it's the cup final.
The B final?
The what?
Blackpool versus Bolton?
No, I don't think a final will ever be called the B final. It was named something. It was called the Stanley Matthews final, or the Matthews Cup final.
Oh.